Welcome to my soul family. Hi guys, this is my first video. My name is Anna, or the Sensual Hermit. This is my first YouTube channel messages reading, and I'm really excited to do more. This one is with the guidance of my higher self and Lilith. So there's only two piles using this Kali Oracle deck. The first pile has blue chalcedony, rose quartz, and clear quartz. And then the second pile has Mother Mary's statuette. And then there's labradorite and aragonite. So if those crystals, if anything about the piles calls to you, just focus on what really calls to you. Breathe deeply if you need to, and focus on which pile, one or two, is yours. And I'm also doing channeled music messages that will be in the description, and I'm going to continue to do that for more channel messages. I'm really big on music messages, and I would love to do more. And I also do personal readings, so if you're interested in getting a personal reading or checking out my TikTok, I would really love that. I'm just so excited to connect with my soul family and more people that are just like-minded, and I'm just so excited to connect with you guys. So yeah, focus on which pile you feel is right, and then you can skip to your pile. Thank you so much. Hi group one. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so grateful to find my soul family, and it feels so good. So I'm happy to get these messages out to you with the guidance of Lilith and my higher self. So when I start channeling, once I start pulling for a group, the messages come in quick. So as I was doing this, a lot of angel numbers are coming up in my head. So 1111, 444, and 369. Those specific angel numbers, look them up, see if they resonate with you, or if you've been seeing those numbers around. It's significant. Those are synchronicities. If you resonated with these crystals, this is clear quartz, rose quartz, and this is a blue chalcedony. And this one's great for throat chakra activation, communication. This is great for clarity on pretty much anything, manifesting, visualizing. Clear quartz is like the pinnacle of crystals to me, because you can contact and merge with your higher self so easily with clear quartz. I've made videos on TikTok about this, but I'll make more videos on this channel about how to connect with your higher self, and clear quartz is a great one. And rose quartz, it's just really exuding heart chakra activation and opening up the heart to receiving opportunities and love. So a lot of heart chakra healing going on, and speaking your truth feels like this is what is going on for you. And it's a very powerful energy, very divine feminine, stepping into the role of the higher self and really remembering who you are at the core, because you've done so much healing to get to this point. It feels like you've cleansed just so much from the beginning to now, and it's like you kind of feel like you've full circled, like you're back to where you started, the core, just like a creator. And you're really stepping into that role as creator, and all of this healing you've been doing has brought you to this point. And every little seed that was planted along the way, every little action that you took when you noticed the signs, and the signs brought you to this moment, every single one was significant, and you have to thank every single one of those. Even the ones that were less than, great, all of it served a purpose for your greater soul purpose and growth and evolution, and you trusted your intuition up until this point. You are a very intuitive being. You must connect with the moon a lot in some way. Maybe you're a water sign. It feels like maybe Cancer energy, Cancer moon, or a Taurus, like a sun, Taurus sun. And you saw the beauty within you You just didn't know how to communicate it because so many people told you, no, like, you aren't who you think you are. You're not this great person. But who are they to say you aren't a great person? You've shown that you are a great person, and you're so kind, and you are always there to support the ones that you love and just give encouragement. And there's so much beauty in you, but you're bright. You're a bright light. So it intimidates the darkness, and it's hard for them to hide from an intuitive being. You can't hide from an intuitive being because you can see right through all of the BS that exists out in the world now. Like, you are fully equipped with all the tools, and you know exactly what everybody is doing. Like, you can tell when people are acting with ego because you've been there. And you still have an ego. We all have egos. They cannot be killed off completely in this physical existence because it is how we navigate this physical existence. So yes, you're going to have a lot of ego deaths, and you probably have had many ego deaths where you've learned lessons. And that's what they're incredible for. They're incredible for the lessons in strength of character. Like, you're building character and strength. So when you get all those crazy blessings that come in the future, the amazing opportunities, the big purpose stuff, your calling stuff, to be fully equipped with that, you had to go through the ego. You had to experience the ego and live in the ego. And you took the power away from the ego. Your higher self stepped in and took over and said, no more ego. You do not have control over me and my feelings. Because the heart is really what is the truth. The heart, and imagining the lotus flower blossoming in your heart, like, that is an amazing tip to really connect with your higher self at all times. Visualize a lotus flower sitting in your heart, fully blossomed and fully open at all times. And it's just accepting love and giving out love. It's so beautiful. How could you deny a lotus flower? It is so gorgeous. So nobody is ever going to deny your love, or nobody will disrespect you if you keep that lotus flower at the front in your center. The heart center is really coming through. You have gone through the defensiveness, that reacting and feeling like a hurt person because you've gone through really shitty things in the past, but you had to go through all those things so that you know that when people are acting like that, it's because they are hurt internally. And you know that because you went through it, And it's like you can have a lot more empathy, but not caring too much. But it's they're just hurt inside, and it's not personal. It was never personal. Nobody's out to get you or attack you. It's just them hurt, and their inner child and ego, it's coming to the surface. And with your bright light, the darkness cannot live in such a bright environment. The darkness can only exist in the dark. And if you're not going to stroke the ego of the darkness, it could get crazy. Things might get out of hand. They might invoke their shadow selves. But you have reclaimed your shadow. You have reclaimed your freakness. You are not afraid to assert your boundaries now. You're not afraid to come off as scary or intimidating. So many people want to say that a woman asserting gender, regardless, but a woman asserting her boundaries is intimidating to a man. Or a lot of men may get really reactive when you tell them the truth. But nobody has ever told them the truth. Or not talking all men, we know, okay? But in situations I'm sure you've gone through, I'm feeling, where men, you feel like you have to take on their hurt for them and heal it for them, but you don't. The inner hurt that they have to unpack it for themselves because you did that. So they got to do that for themselves too, You are not responsible for anybody else's emotions. You're only responsible for your heart's desires and the places that you want to go, the people you want to see and be around. you have unlimited possibilities and opportunities awaiting you. And the only reason that you can finally tap into that is because you finally truly given yourself love and worshipped yourself. You've adorned yourself. You're stepping into your Empress energy. You have truly just like put a crown on your own head and said, yes, like I am my own God and I am the God of my own life. And that is power. You know, when you get to that point, nobody can tell you shit. Like, nobody can tell you anything because you're just a bad bitch. And who can, like, really deny that you are who you say you are when you're truly leading with love? Because you can't, you feel love. When love exists, you feel it. And it is unavoidable. You start to feel the love too when love surrounds you. So the love that you're exuding and being with your lotus flower open in your heart, you're open to receiving and giving. And it's beautiful because people respect that. You have free will, and with that love for yourself and others unconditionally, you are opening yourself up to receiving huge opportunities. It's the law of attraction. What you give is what you get. And the angels, they see you so excited to get so much further in any aspect of your life that you're really like encouraged to pursue and following your heart's desires. Your angels are so excited and like they want to help you get to that point. So all the stuff that you can't control right now, just let it go. Just give it to the divine. Just trust that your higher self is doing the bulk of the work to get you the things that you are working towards in the physical existence. You do the physical stuff, like working on creating whatever you want to create, or healing, or doing what you can to do. Like, what can you do presently? Always ask yourself, what can I do presently, and what can I give up to the divine to deal with? Like, really think about that. And possibly do an abundance planning, manifestation, visualization, vision board type deal. I really think that would benefit you to kind of do a diagram of all the things that you want to achieve in life and really go in depth about it. And say that you're grateful for all the things that you have right now presently, and you're open to receiving all these other things. So when you put the intention out there, the angels take that seriously. It is the thought that counts with angels. And when you start writing it down and really working towards those goals, they take it very seriously. Us humans in this dense reality, we do not even see how serious the angels and the divine takes our goals and heart's desires, because that is deep soul awakening stuff, and it's meant for you. You know, it's something that is led and co-created with the divine. Like, it's so you can't, like, it's unignorable. I don't even know if that's a word, but you cannot ignore it at this point. Like, the signs are absolutely everywhere, and it's all those signs, it's just encouragement from your angel saying, like, yes, keep going. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So don't worry. Like, if something is not coming in quick enough, it's because you're thinking about it too much and wondering where it is, instead of being present in the moment and grateful for the stuff that you have right now, and grateful for all the stuff that you had to do and go through to get to the point you're at. So now you can receive the big blessings, because now you're fully equipped with all the tools you will need to respond to any situation that comes up, whether it's very positive or something more negative, because you can manipulate energy in your favor and in the highest good. Manipulating energy, not in a way that is like harmful. You know, it's not dark. It is in the highest good. So if you see reactions from the ego, instead of just reacting back, you can respond accordingly. And sometimes responding accordingly is not responding at all. So you get to decide how you react and respond to every situation. Just practicing presence and stepping into your higher self's true, like, path. And only you can determine what your path is. Like, nobody can tell you what your path is. Only you know what your individual path is. Like, you have a lot of potential. You can go down a lot of roads and you can try a lot of different things. And by trying those things, like, it's okay if you start doing something and you actually don't end up liking it. You can pivot to something else at any point, because that is a lesson in itself. You saw that you didn't like something, and so you can move on to something better now. And you're like, okay, I tried it. Now I don't have to try it again. Or maybe I could try it again later. Like, you're really not confined to anything, because when you let go of the ego and you're aware of it, you have the higher perspective of the ego at work. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, ego, like, what are you doing? So, like, imagine, like, the ego is like the devil on your shoulder that really, it's there to add perspective, but it's not like an active participant. The active participant is like the owl spirit within, the wisdom within. So I think that's a good way to look at it. And connecting with the owl and inner wisdom in the lion spirit. Those are two very powerful spirits that you can channel and really learn a lot from and step into your highest version by really connecting with the energy that they exude and the perspectives that they have to give, because inner wisdom is the key to true happiness and loving yourself and stepping into your power. So, yeah, that is all I really have to say. I wrote some more things, but I think we pretty much went through everything that I had to say. Like, just spread your wings and do not care about what anybody has to say, because why be like anybody else when you can be just like you? You are a unique soul, and believe that you are deserving of love, you are deserving of opportunities, you deserve all the things that you envision for yourself. The future that you envision for yourself exists currently. All versions of yourself exist currently. So what you do with that information is up to you. You can let go of the past, and trust me, it'll work out really well if you do. If you just are present and move forward into the flow state, really channel that flow state, that's when you know you're in the 5D state, flow state, just responding instead of hypothesizing and wondering and stressing. You can actually manifest instead by visualizing presently what you really want and doing it in a present way. Like, if you have something you really want to do in the future, you should listen to music or dance or really do some meditative act while visualizing it. Or using rosary beads, rosemary, maybe that needs to come out, rosemary essential oil. Yes, definitely. Rosary beads are really great. They're sensory, like very sensory oriented. And they're great for me. I love them, to really just like hold them, and it's a good experience. And yeah, try to become present and just flow. Channel water. Yeah, channel water or the wind, something very flowy, and then you can really respond. You're completely equipped, and it just feels like you're really stepping into your higher self's power and purpose, and your soul feels very awakened, and your spirit guides and Lilith and your higher self are extremely proud of you for getting to this point where you have recognized all the signs. You have mastered synchronicities, and you see them everywhere. And now that you know that they're there, you can step back from noticing too much, because it can get to a point where you're spiraling. You're like, because everything is a synchronicity. That's the thing. The divine never went anywhere. The divine is always going to be there, sharing us and supporting us. The only thing that happens is we leave ourselves behind. We leave our higher self behind, because when we come onto earth, we lose those memories from the past, and we have to regain them and be reminded of God within by seeing all the signs around us. So yeah, be proud of yourself that you noticed all the signs up until this point and then found the divine within you. Congratulations, that is huge. That is exactly what you came here on earth to do, and you did it. So now you're at the threshold of inner wisdom. It's beautiful, isn't it? It feels good. So what do you do with that inner wisdom? It's only up to you to decide what you do with it, and nobody can take that away from you. You are uniquely you. So really cherish yourself, cherish the gift of inner wisdom, because you found it and you're invoking it every single day now, and you're fully co-creating with the divine. It's incredible, and you should be proud of yourself because your higher self is proud of you, and guess what? You are your higher self. So be proud. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope that resonates with you. Please comment, like, subscribe if you really resonated with this. I would really like to know in the comments. This is my first video like this, and I really want to do more in the future, especially if you guys like it. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I hope you did too. Thank you so much. Hi Group 2, thank you so much for coming to watch this video. I'm so excited to find my soul family. You're here for a reason, and I'm so glad that we're connecting with each other in this way. So I hope you feel my love. I'm sending you a lot of love, and yes, you are deserving of love. I just have a big need to say that starting off your group. So if you're connecting with this Mother Mary little statuette, or this labradorite crystal, or this aragonite crystal, I believe it's pronounced, then this is your group for sure. Also rosary beads. If you're connecting with rosary beads, there's a big connection to Mother Mary and rosary beads with this. So I really want you to feel love and open your heart to love and know that you are loved and deserving of love, and you're a good person and you deserve good things. And anybody who told you that you didn't deserve good things, they were wrong. And I'm sorry on their behalf that they would ever say something like that to you, if that's true, because it's not like based in reality at all. You are a good person, and just know that Mother Mary's there for you. Lilith is there for you. They're both there for you if you need encouragement. And it seems like you're doing some inner child healing and healing the root chakra and really restoring your balance and gaining boundaries. Boundaries is a big thing because there are a lot of intrusive thoughts and anxieties and people telling you things, and none of it is based in reality, and you know that. And with boundaries, etheric boundaries, and accepting love and trusting that people aren't out to get you, and that all the people that hurt you in the past, that's past stuff, okay? It hurt you in the past, and it can't hurt you again. And you get to decide now to move forward because you are love. You are love incarnate. You do not have anything to worry about because your higher self is doing so much work for you. Your spirit guides are there helping you move along and sending you signs so that you know exactly what to do next. So just trust that. When you trust that they're always going to be there for you, then you remember how important you are. You are a unique soul. You are important. We are all important, but you need to know how important you are. You see the importance in so many other people, and it can get to you because you see something in them that you want to see in yourself, and that's following the heart and the heart's desires. So breathing deeply and becoming present and focusing on the elements that surround you would be really good because all those elements that surround you, those are you. And we all have those 4 core elements within us. fire, water, earth, and wind. Those are what we are comprised of. And the thing about each of our individual human perspectives and each of our souls, paths, and purposes, we each have individual ways of creating something out of those 4 universal elemental truths. Yes, it's only 4 elements, but what you do with those 4 elements, it will never be the same twice. The ingredients and the recipe and what you do with it, it's going to be different from everybody else. So don't worry that you have to be in a rush because somebody is going to get to that thing you want to do before you do it, or these people are moving so much faster than you. It's because they believe they deserve it. They believe they deserve those opportunities, and they are confident, and they have their hearts open to those receiving those opportunities. And your higher self wants you to know you have that in you too. You know you do. All those passions and that drive you have for all that stuff, especially stuff that you did a lot in childhood that you kind of dropped and that you haven't done in a long time, it's time to pick those hobbies back up. Anything that you left behind in childhood that really made you full and really energetic and just brought you chills, that is the heart's desires. And it's up to you to follow whichever desire you want to. You can follow multiple paths at once. You can follow one path for a little while and then have it bring you on another path, or you can have a bunch of coexisting paths, and you can bounce back to different paths when you're not so excited about one path, and then you can go back to that path and then go back to the other one. You really can go wherever. You are the creator of your reality. There are so many different unique pathways that you can go on. This is what this crystal really exudes to me. Different pathways, and knowing that really studying sacred geometry and synchronicities and following the white rabbit, which is the synchronicities that are everywhere and they're never going anywhere. They will always be there. The only thing that happens as human beings, they leave behind their godliness. When they step onto earth, it becomes so dense. This physical reality is so dense that we forget our memories from the past and we forget who we are at the soul. But when we follow the white rabbit, follow the signs, we are actively co-creating with the divine and interacting and communicating with the divine and letting them know we see them and they're letting us know they see us. That is divine communication. When you notice those signs, that is divine. It is never just a coincidence. It's crazy. The divine and the magic is everywhere. This crystal really exudes the magic just being everywhere. Look for the rainbows and everything, in the smallest things, when you're doing dishes, the bubbles, look in the clouds. The clouds are just passing us by, and there's a whole world up there, and we're just ignoring it. It's up there, and it's magical. Look for the beautiful things in the world, because right now it seems like you're focusing on your spirals, your thoughts, and your ego reactions, which is valid. Your ego serves a purpose. It's how you navigate your feelings and how you navigate how you respond to things. So it's about balancing the ego and seeing the beauty in ego deaths, because it seems like you want to shut off your feelings every time you start to feel them, or shut off your thoughts every time they arise. But it's not about shutting them off. It's about getting the higher perspective from your higher self and seeing how this is going to pass. This seems so big and crazy right now. It's such a big issue, but if you actually just give it up to your higher self to deal with and say, I don't want to deal with this anymore, your higher self's going to listen to you. Because that is how the divine works. They can't just step in and do things for you all the time, unless something is crazy. Divine intervention is very rare, because you have free will. There's not really a need for it, because you're supposed to follow your purpose. You're supposed to follow your intuition with your free will, so you're going to end up on the right path regardless of which way you go. You're going to end up, any way it goes, any decisions you make, in the end, it's going to end up fine. And that is what you got to remember. It's going to end up fine. There's no need to stress about things in the future that you have no control over, because you might start manifesting these visualizations that you're having of potential harmful situations or less than exciting. You can't go into things expecting the worst and hoping the best. That it's going to bring you the wrong outcome because you're expecting things to go wrong. No, you deserve the best. You deserve the best. Remember, you deserve the best, okay? Remember who you are at the core. Remember, you have all the power, and you hold that power. And when you command respect and you set your boundaries, your etheric boundaries, around your entire energy body and connect with your higher self, you remember that you have all the power. You are the God within. So if you say you don't want something to happen, or you do want something to happen, you have to be respected at that point. That is law, like divine law, that you have to be respected. Your free will and your will, it has to be respected. So if you say like you don't want to speak to somebody ever again, you don't have to tell them that. But tell your spirit guides, your higher self, they'll make it happen. They'll work with you. And then you'll realize the shadow really does have no power over you. It can exist there, but it's about unearthing it and then becoming aware of it, that bird's eye view from your higher self, getting some perspective on it, and realizing this too shall pass, and it will pass. Everybody will forget about it. It'll be in the past because you're moving forward. You're in a flow state. You've got to become present with the elements and realize all those elements around you are within, and they're just physical reflections of what you already hold within. And the ego is what gives like physical importance to things, and that's okay. But it's about balancing it, because your mind, this physical existence, the body you inhabit, your thoughts, those are not you. But what you feel from your heart and what moves you, that is you. When you feel chills, that is God. Like, that's truly the God within you. That is a reminder of God. That God is always with you. God is always present. And feeling those chills, it's just a big hug from God saying, hi, I'm here. I was here this whole time. And now I'm reminding you that I'm here. It's a nice reminder, isn't it? When you see somebody so authentically being themselves and just exuding love and sending love out into the universe, and you can feel their love, that is a godly experience. And it's not like necessarily God, like the first God, whatever, but it's the God within you, because you have God powers. It's time to tap into those God powers and see yourself for who you truly are, and integrate the light and the shadow, and trust your intuition. Trust that the things that you actually care about and desire, you care about it for a reason. There is a reason that you feel these things. It's not coming from nowhere. Because you can envision such a beautiful future for yourself, it's because it exists. All those versions of you exist. Like, some things you just cannot visualize yourself doing, right? And that's because that is not what fills you up. That is not your soul's purpose. But the stuff that really fills you up and like makes your heart expand like a lotus flower, like really expand and exude love and be like that type of stuff. And the chill stuff, like stuff that you wish you could do, but you don't know how. That's your soul purpose. I'm telling you, that is your soul purpose. Doing some root chakra healing and protection, etheric protection, imagining like a divine golden light around your etheric body, protected by you, your higher self. Nobody can get through to your energy. Nobody can plant intrusive thoughts into you. It's about setting those boundaries, because once you set it, it's done, okay? You don't have to deal with it again. So then you never have to go back to that hurt that you felt in the past, the ego comparisons. I mean, yeah, the ego is going to come back up, But because you have those etheric boundaries, the energetic boundaries, you'll be able to see everything for what it is. You'll see that it's ego. You'll see that it's people hurting inside. You'll see that it's just people's inner child coming out, because the inner child is like, that is the purest, most divine version of us, you know? There's really nothing that can stop a child. They are truly leading with their heart. The only thing that can stop a child is people telling that child who it is, what it should do, how it should react to things, how it should process emotions. And if that happened to you in childhood, I'm sending you love. It is not your fault. It was never your fault, because you deserved better, and you deserve better now. You always deserved the love that you deserve. You know, you are an amazing person. You never deserved any of that hurt. And it's extremely hard to let it go, but you have to forgive yourself for not knowing better then, because you were a child. Even if you weren't a child, it's okay. You're human, okay? You make mistakes, and other people make mistakes too. Other people, and it's a hard reality, but all of us have that inner child trauma, and sometimes it hurts other people, and that's when it becomes an issue. So when you set those boundaries and remind yourself that you are worthy of love, because you are love, and you set those boundaries for real, assert them and mean them, say what you mean what you say. When you do that, you will notice such a shift in your life. You will see everything for what it is. You will see everything as a reflection of one another. We are all unique reflections, but at the core, we are just leading with our love, and we all have different love to give, and that's what makes us all so unique and beautiful. And you're so unique and beautiful, and you've got to remember that, because I can see it in you. How can I see it in you? Right? And you feel it. You feel that I can see that love in you. And you're not seeing it for yourself. And meditating, seriously meditating, being present, getting rosary beads would be really beneficial for you, I think. If you've been seeing the angel numbers 1011, so 1011, 909, or 333, pay attention. Look up the meaning of those. See if they resonate with you. Pay attention if they start popping up. It's significant. Trust the signs. The divine is trying to work with you. You just have to get excited to working with the divine too, and then they're gonna get extra excited, because the angels, any little intent that you put into anything, they take it extremely seriously. This is a full-time job for them, and they want to see you succeed. Of course they do. They're really just there to constantly support you and encourage you whenever you need, and lead you on the path that is meant for you. They're on call, best friends. They will call on an archangel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Lilith, Virgin Mary, any of the deities. If you work with any deities or saints or gods, they are there to support you. They're not going to do all the work for you. Absolutely not. God too. You can call on God. It came in my head, it's like, hello, what about me? Yes, call on God and really talk to God. If you've never talked to God, might be time. And you're going to be okay, because you're talking with divine beings, okay? You're protected, and they love you, and they want to see you succeed, and they want you to feel their love, because they have so much love to give you. Trust that there's so much love for you. You are love. Once you start remembering that you are love, you're going to just lead with love, be love, and then your love is going to heal other people, because the fear cannot interact with love. Because if the fear is just getting love, it doesn't know what to do with that. It's because love is light, and light is way too much for the fear. So they can either go far away, or they can become light with you. And that's how you find your soul family. That's how you attract the reality that you want. So remember that you have all the choice, you have all these options, all these avenues that you can tap into, and they're all very important. And you have to determine what is the most important. What can you do right now, currently? Not what can you do in a few years. That is valid to figure out what you eventually want to do, but you can't just jump into it. You're not going to be perfect at the start, because if you were perfect at the start, there would be nowhere to grow and evolve, right? You are not going to get some amazing opportunity until you are actually emotionally and spiritually ready for those opportunities. You have to believe that you're worthy of those opportunities. Tell yourself you're worthy in the mirror and feel in your heart, yes, I'm worthy. I'm open to receiving these opportunities. And not just saying it, truly, truly believing it and practicing it every day. Practicing self-love and self-care and reminding yourself with positive affirmations that you are worthy and you are a good person. And then you will start to see how your soul awakens. And it will be truly, truly beautiful. I'm so proud of you for being here at this point. Thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoyed, if you resonated, please comment and let me know, like, subscribe. I'm so excited to make more videos like this in the future. And if you resonate with me and feel like we're a soul family, I'm welcoming you with open arms and sending you love. And I would love to connect with you some more. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. Hope it helped.